Welcome to the Daily Business and Finance Show. In today's episode, we delve into Senator Elizabeth Warren's claim that Apple and green texts are causing relationship rifts. We'll also discuss the dramatic plunge of Supermicro during early market trading and the ripple effect on semiconductor stocks due to AI fears. Stay tuned as we unpack what's in store for the Magnificent 7 stocks reporting next week and analyze how 70% of S&P 500 names outperformed estimates this week according to Earnings Scorecard. We'll also touch on Bitcoin's recent 4.4% fall just before its halving event, regulators' renewed efforts to curb Wall Street bonus payouts, Johnson & Johnson's triumph over a talc-related cancer claim in Florida, and New York's decision to cancel talks for 3 offshore wind projects. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back with all these stories after a short ad break. Senator Elizabeth Warren has voiced criticism towards Apple, accusing the tech giant of monopolizing the smartphone market. She points out that Apple's practices exclude non-iPhone users from participating in group chats. This critique comes in the wake of an antitrust lawsuit filed against Apple by the Justice Department, along with 16 state and district attorneys general. They allege that Apple is in violation of the Sherman Act, as it restricts competition and hinders communication between iPhone users and Android device owners. Despite these accusations, Apple has announced plans to enhance text messaging capabilities between its devices and Android smartphones by 2024.
Shares of Supermicro experienced a 14% drop in anticipation of a robust quarterly earnings report. Despite recent expansion and a price target of $1,500 established by Loop Capital, owing to its dominance in the AI server industry, experts caution about the unpredictable and cyclical nature of the semiconductor sector. The firm is scheduled to disclose Q3 results on April 30th, with projected earnings per share standing at $5.76 from revenue totaling $3.94 billion.
Shares in semiconductor companies, such as Supermicro and Nvidia, saw substantial decreases on the last trading day of the week. This was due to worries about forthcoming quarterly reports and expenditure related to artificial intelligence. Other key players in the industry like Broadcom, Marvell Technology, and Monolithic Power Systems also experienced a downward trend. Newly established firms like Astera Labs and ARM were not spared from this downturn either. However, despite the general slump in this sector, investment company Needham believes that Taiwan Semiconductor's recent sell-off has been excessively dramatic.
In the upcoming week, for major corporations Tesla, Alphabet, Meta and Microsoft are set to announce their first quarter earnings. Despite a challenging beginning to the year marked by a 40% decrease in value and workforce reductions, Tesla is anticipated to encounter additional strain due to the postponed launch of Model 2. On the other hand, Meta has experienced a significant upturn with a 40% increase since 2024 commenced, thanks largely to its effective year of efficiency strategy. Microsoft's artificial intelligence services have positively impacted Azure growth trends, resulting in a gain of 6.5% this year so far. Lastly, Alphabet's investment in advertising has led to an appreciable rise in value by 10%.
The earnings season for the first quarter is in progress, with 32 out of 41 companies listed on the S&P 500 index exceeding the expectations of analysts. Netflix experienced gains in double digits, however, it intends to cease reporting subscriber numbers, which led to a decrease in stock value. Despite a $200 million setback due to the grounding of Boeing's 737 MAX 9 aircrafts, United Airlines still reported robust results. In the financial sector, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America and Morgan Stanley all showcased strong performances. Meanwhile, in healthcare sector, Abbott Laboratories and United Health surpassed estimates. On a different note though, Prologis and Industrial REIT had to reduce its guidance owing to a sluggish leasing environment.
The value of Bitcoin is predicted to decrease by 4.4% within the week, in anticipation of the forthcoming halving event, which will reduce new token production by half. Even with a decline below $60,000 as a result of heightened volatility and geopolitical unrest, specialists are confident that high prices will continue due to upcoming approvals for Ethereum ETFs and reductions in central bank rates. In other news, Kraken is planning to broaden its regulatory licensing within the U.S. through the acquisition of TradeStation Crypto.
Regulators of banking in the United States are formulating a proposal. This proposal mandates large banks to postpone executive compensation and reclaim additional bonuses in the event of substantial losses. 6 agencies, inclusive of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation and the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, support this proposition. It forms part of regulations enforced by the Dodd-Frank law enacted in 2010. Despite this, Jerome Powell, leader of the Federal Reserve, has shown no immediate interest in considering these limitations.
A verdict has been reached by a jury in Florida, stating that the talc-based baby powder produced by Johnson & Johnson was not the cause of a woman's cancer. This decision comes after unsuccessful efforts by the company to settle claims of a similar nature. However, despite this outcome, legal proceedings concerning cancer allegations linked to the product are still ongoing. Johnson & Johnson is currently pursuing its 3rd bankruptcy filing in an attempt to resolve these lawsuits.
Climate objectives in New York are facing obstacles due to the inability of state officials to finalize contracts with 3 significant offshore wind projects. This problem emerged when GE Vernova opted to replace a proposed 18 megawatts turbine with smaller ones, leading to an increase in project expenses. The impacted projects encompass Attentive Energy 1 by Total Energies, Community Offshore Wind by Rise Light and Power and Choreo Generation, as well as Excelsior Wind managed by Vineyard Offshore. That's it for today on the Daily Business and Finance Show. Stay informed, stay inspired, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Until then, keep thriving. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. See you later, until tomorrow comes around. This content is sourced from the Seeking Alpha website, so support our podcast by becoming a Seeking Alpha Premium subscriber. See the show notes page for links to sign up. This episode is produced by Classic Studios. This podcast provides information only and should not be construed as financial or business advice. Check out our other podcasts in our network at classicstudios.com.